Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing today? I've decided that I'm going to start making videos. I think I'll be able to cover a lot more information that way, and I think it'll save me a lot of time as well. I want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do all your own research before investing and understand the risk of what you're getting into. I have been trading for about 3 to 4 years, and I'm a big pattern trader. So I'm looking for different patterns with a matching volume profile to give me an idea of what the market is doing. So today, what we're going to start off with is the stock market. I think the stock market is really important. If we want to maintain a bullish environment for crypto, we want to see the stock market doing well. Crypto is not a hedge against the stock market yet. It is a hedge against the dollar. And it's really at this point just a speculative asset. And if you want people to invest in a speculative asset, they're going to want to feel confident in the traditional markets to be able to spread out into something risky like this. So we had that Omicron news come through that seems to have blown over. I really didn't think it was a big deal even from the beginning, but it did cause a stir in the market and a little bit of scare. But that seems to have blown over. And right now, what it looks like is that the stock market is recovering really well. So right here, this is a really important support and resistance line. We broke through it, and we're actually bouncing off of it really nicely now. I had drawn this falling broadening wedge the other day, and we'd called for a reversal to about 46.50, and we actually went above that, which is awesome. So I think that's a good sign of strength. I think we could pull back here and retest the 46.50 level, but overall, I think it looks really solid, and I really can't think of too much over the next month or two that's going to be damaging to the markets and investments. So I think that the stock market looks good to keep crypto bullish for the most part. So that's the stock market. The next thing we're going to look at is Bitcoin, right? So I have bullish and bearish opinions on Bitcoin right now. Currently, I'm very neutral. Um, I'm starting to lean bullish because of this bigger picture formation. So right here, we'll start with the bullish picture first. Here on the monthly, it looks like we're drawing a rising triangle on Bitcoin. This massive structure has this really nice declining volume with it, which just fits a perfect picture of a continuation of a bull trend. However, I'll show you guys the bearish picture now. The bearish picture, when you come down here on the weekly, we're going to remove all these drawings. The bearish picture, and I had posted this last month. Now, the bearish picture looks like we're drawing a rising wedge here on the weekly. And nice declining volume. It would start there instead. And if this is true, it would suggest that we're actually going to revisit the 30K level before finding really solid support again. So I am currently still neutral bullish overall, but this is a strong argument for a bearish turnaround. The reason why I'm leaning more bullish than bearish is that I think this bearish perspective requires you to ignore the bigger picture volume profile, which would actually start all the way back here, which would imply that this entire structure is one big picture and it's not fragmented here. We also, on the monthly, it was really good support that looked like we were getting off of this trend line right here. Boop. About there. So that's the main reason why I'm leaning bullish rather than bearish on Bitcoin. But that's for the big picture. Now, on the 4-hourly, on the very, very small time frame, it actually looks like we're consolidating to make another stab downwards. We called this top yesterday, and about here. So it looks like what we're doing on the 4-hour is we're drawing a symmetrical triangle. I think we get some relief here and bounce back up before we break down back down to about 44, 45K. We have this nice declining volume down here and that resistance, which is just giving me that confidence. So I think Bitcoin on the big picture, I think we're consolidating for, without a doubt, we are consolidating for a massive move. And I'm leaning bullish on that massive move. However, in the short term, it looks like we're going to get another scare to the downside before we make really good support and bounce back. So Bitcoin looks like it's about to turn around. Now we'll go ahead and look at Ethereum. So Ethereum right here. So Ethereum, I'm also bearish in the short term as well. Um, let's look at the big picture first, though. So if we come onto the monthly, actually, let me do it on the weekly. I apologize. So here on the weekly, we have kind of a similar picture to Bitcoin. So we have these two lines. We have this top area. Sorry, I'm just getting all this adjusted. So what it looks like Ethereum is doing is it looks like it's drawing on the big picture a rising triangle as well. It looks like we're still just consolidating on a retest before we push up to 6,000. If I hadn't known that there was a dump that had happened in the crypto market, I would say Ethereum is still set to like rip even as far as to 13K over the next year. But with the dip, obviously, it makes me a little skeptical. But so the big picture, it looks like it's a rising triangle. It has this giant volume profile consolidating with it the whole time. And you can say that the bearish argument, which is just like Bitcoin, you can say that actually we're just fragmented here and that this is the declining volume that's important to look at, and that we're actually drawing a massive rising wedge here as well. Right, so bring that in here. And you can make an argument that we're actually just starting the breakdown. If this is the case, then it is very possible we revisit 1700 on Ethereum if it breaks down. Now, like I was saying, I'm still bullish in general, but this is something definitely to keep your eye on. I think that in the short term, however, for Ethereum, I am also bearish because we have over here this nice little falling volume right there. And we have this nice rising wedge right in here. Cool. So go this here, go that there. Come on. Sorry about that. There we go. So it looks like we have this rising wedge here and that we're just about to break down. And if that is the case, it looks like we can revisit as low as 35 to 3,600. So something just to keep in mind in the short term. I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are looking a little bearish just on the 4 hourlies. But overall, I'm starting to lean neutral bullish on most of these coins. So that'll be our first update for video updates. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys think there's anything I can do to be better about this. But if you guys have any questions, just ask. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.